Tune into your radio. This is a heavyweight stadium. Music banging loud through your cranium. This is a heavyweight stadium. Music banging loud through your cranium. This is titanium. You are listening to titanium. This is titanium. You are listening to titanium.
Titanium Radio at Titanium_radio. Man, it's your boy B Davis, DJ QT on the ones and twos, Darius behind the cameras. Another week rocking with y'all, man. We here 89.9 QFM. We got special guests in the building, man. They doing really special things down there in Bridgeport, man. We got Emperor Jus in the building.
Man.
And he brought a special guest with him.
Definitely.
Maybe you want to introduce her.
Yep, this is Queen Pen, Janice Thompson, my mom, whatever name you want.
There you go.
If you've seen Bridgeport the Movie, she stole the show.
Queen Pen. Yes, she said, yeah, my mood just changed. That was you, right?
That was me.
Yeah, my mood just changed. Bring my other car around. That was gangster. Then the whole scene just waited till the car came. I was nah.
You gotta sit there and wait for Queen.
Nah, that's a fact, man. Emperor Jus, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm glad I'm able to, there's no pond, but I feel like there's like a little bridge sometimes going from 203 to 860.
Absolutely.
And I just love every single time I come up here. So, I'm happy. I'm ecstatic.
Yeah. What you said it's like a bridge. There's no pond, there's no lake, there's no river or anything that we gotta cross.
It's all mental.
It's a mental bridge. Where does that bridge come from? Because I feel it too.
Yeah, I think honestly, when you start hitting that valley and it's just mountains and ain't really nothing to see, nothing around. Those 15 to 20 minutes, you just start feeling like you go into a whole different area.
Yeah,
I think that that little gap is what kind of makes people feel like they're going even further than what they actually going.
It's true, and that's kind of been a tradition almost between the 203 and the 860 for some reason.
Yeah. I feel like recently though we've been real fluid, real connected.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I think social media, the internet has something to do with that. I think creatively, the creatives are collaborating more.
Yeah. I think a lot of it too is like, UConn is up here, right? And at least from my personal experience, I didn't really find myself in the Hartford area that much until I started going to UConn.
Got you.
So once I'm up there, obviously, if there's any parties or events or anything like that, my boys, my friends, everybody else, y'all got to come up here too.
Right.
And then from there, you start developing those connections, being in a situation where you get familiar, and, it's only like an hour away at max.
Yeah.
We riding up to Hartford real quick.
A fact.
And y'all do y'all thing up here too, like the parties, the culture, the events, the food. I don't see why not. I would love to. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love being out here, man.
Yeah. Yo, how would you from Bridgeport?
I'm from Bridgeport,
born and raised.
Born and raised, yeah.
How would you describe Bridgeport culture? Because you just broke down Hartford culture, the food, the parties, the music.
Yeah. Bridgeport kind of the same. I mean, heavy Caribbean influence in both areas, especially like in Norwalk, Stanford, etc. Bridgeport normally, like if you want to go back into history, was about like working, whether it be with firearms, steel, manufacturing. So that earlier era kind of fed into what we're doing now. Yeah. But we kind of pivot a little bit more into the creative space too. Like some of the top rappers in CT come from Bridgeport. Some of the top clothing lines come from Bridgeport. And I think from a creative standpoint, we're kind of really understanding our identity, and it's helping the culture. Food wise, you're gonna find the best food in the inner cities anyway. So whether you're in Hartford, whether you're in Bridgeport, New Haven, you're gonna find the best food. You're gonna find the best pizza. So I mean, we got y'all beat on the pizza though. I ain't
Bridgeport pizza.
Not Bridgeport. I'm just saying 203 in general.
I was about to say, I never heard nobody say I'm going to Bridgeport for some pizza.
Don't sleep though.
I never heard that. I'm just saying, I never heard nobody say.
Y'all might got the Caribbean food, okay, but when it comes to the pizza, we taking that.
Yeah, I'm going to Bridgeport for a slice. I never heard that.
If you want some, you heard me. I got you though.
New Haven, they kind of do their thing.
I think New Haven the best.
New Haven kind of do their thing.
Oh, man. He trying to kind of.
They kind of do their thing, man.
But yeah, I love the camaraderie. I love the fact that like the last few parties I went to, whenever I do go, you bound to see somebody from Hartford or a group. of runners from Hartford, and then I'm assuming the same thing up y'all way too. You see some people from Bridgeport, Stanford, Norwalk.
Right,
so
right.
I mean, the state's small. Whatever stuff they was doing in the era before us, we off that.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. Bridgeport the movie. The movie, the premiere looked like incredible.
Yeah, it was
man.
historical, bro.
It looked incredible for real.
It was literally historical.
It looked like something that was special, not only for Bridgeport, for the whole Connecticut culture.
Yeah, for sure.
You got it.
Yeah,
And it was one of those things where it was like, when you seen it, you were like, nah, I missed something special.
Yeah. The thing about it is, I think the biggest thing I can say for the premiere is the name of the movie is Bridgeport the Movie, right? So I do understand some type of ostracization that happens with the rest of the state where it's like, that's for the Bridgeport niggas.
Right.
But in
you can't cuss. You can't cuss. It's okay.
That's for the Bridgeport guys.
Yeah.
But in actuality, I just did it first because that's where I'm from, right? Not only because I just want to ostracize ourselves or take ourselves away from Bridgeport, it's just, hey, this is where we're from, let's start here. And then, I love to join hands with Hartford and other places. I mean, even some of the actors in both of my movies came from other areas of Connecticut too, not even just Connecticut, Houston, Rhode Island, etc. So, the premiere in and of itself was amazing. Bridgeport definitely showed that it was a market or an area that they was longing for, a night that they really wanted for years.
Facts. It was a red carpet event.
Red carpet event. You seen the red carpet. You seen the Royce Empire in the red carpet. You seen the paparazzi. A lot of times, even in Connecticut in general, there's a lot of dreaming and a lot of things said that wants to be done. And we kind of got used to just leaving it at that stage.
Absolutely.
And then, my mom and dad, they've been in ministry and running church events for 33 years.
Wow.
So I see what it takes to go from the dreaming stage into the actual execution of it.
Yeah.
And that's no joke.
Yeah.
But I was prepared for it. So I said, okay, if this is what's necessary, let's make sure that we actually do it. And then we actually got it done. You've seen, yo, this is what we're about. Not just Bridgeport.
Right.
CT.
Right.
Yes.
As a whole.
Yes.
Yo,
CT as a whole.
It's so hard. Things like ministries, movies, whatever it takes, where it's multiple people collaborating.
Right.
It's I look at it like trying to get the plane off the ground and then keeping it in the air. Right. How was it? First of all, was this your first movie? This wasn't.
Bridgeport wasn't my first movie. Dead in the Day, the shirt I got on now, this is my first movie.
That premiered a month earlier.
Yeah, just digital though.
Okay.
That wasn't in person.
Yeah.
Just a side note real quick. I come from the business background. Business is heavy in experimentation. So you got to kind of figure out how you're going to market to people. What do they want? Dead in the Day was a movie that I did, and I wanted to see what people would like in terms of just a digital drop. We got a overwhelming, great response from it. And I said, well, if that's the case, the in-person premiere is going to be, it has to be even
crazy,
better because
right?
you actually could dress up, put your clothes on. I had designers there, models there, etc. And, the experimentation proved that people just want it.
Yeah.
So, Dead in the Day was my first movie. It premiered digitally only on November 27th. And then the second movie that I came out with was Bridgeport the Movie, and that premiered in person at the Klein Memorial in Bridgeport, December 27th.
How did you cast the movie? Were you also like the casting director?
So this is what I'll say. When it comes to anything that has to do with anything creative, and even not even creative, just business period, it's a term that I like to use. It's called know enough to be dangerous, in the sense that I'm not going to be blind in any aspect, whether it has to do with my business, whether it has to do with the creation of song or whatever the case may be. I want to know every aspect of it enough to be dangerous or enough to express myself to the professional.
Right.
So whether it be a casting director that I may need to use in the future or whatever the case may be, I just know enough where I'm like, hey, I'm going to put these people in this spot.
Yeah.
For these two movies, Dead in the Day, I joined hands. Bridgeport the Movie was kind of all me. But I know enough to be dangerous in every area of my business and every area of the creative aspect where I could say, okay, if I'm going to relinquish my, I can't put it no other way, but my power on this specific job description, you better know better than me.
Right.
You better know it better than me, or you better be able to offer exactly what I'm able to do. And the only way I could judge that is if I did my research prior. So casting with Dead in the Day and Bridgeport the Movie, I kind of catered the script to people that I knew was going to be interested in the auditions I got.
Got you.
Because it's a realism type movie.
Right.
And the characters, I'll let my mom speak to it a little bit too. Like the characters were just kind of exaggerations of who they already were.
Gotcha.
So like for example, I'm not going to make you a quantum physicist in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
In the 3 months, I could make you one for sure.
I watch a lot of Neil deGrasse Tyson interviews.
Right. And I could kind of steer that.
Yeah.
But in 2 weeks, if that's not your already situated job description, it's going to be harder.
Right.
So what I kind of did was I catered. It's a lot of friends and family I'm with on set. I catered the characters a little bit to them, and then I just said, okay, as opposed to just doing your natural tone here, inflection or be louder or more aggressive. Like that's kind of like how you felt like I did with directing with you.
Definitely.
Yeah, so.
And I think I felt too that I was able to express myself in a different way because I've been in ministry for 33 years.
Right. I was going to ask you about that. Being in the church and being the boss in the movie, like the boss calling the shots. It's like, it's a contrast. But that's what acting is sometimes. Right.
You're right. You're right. And you're just being more candid. You're putting more of yourself out there. And I was able to enjoy the role because I was able to be a little mean with it, and quiet at the same time, but make sure I'm calling the moves and calling the shots. And that's what you do in ministry. Our ministry has been around for a long time, so I was comfortable with the role. Yeah. And when Justin wanted interviews or auditions, I gave him my audition, I think, before everyone.
Wow.
First one.
For real?
She gave me the audition before I even wrote the script.
And was that did you audition for that role in particular?
So it was kind of in a way. She just felt like, she said, hey, if I'm being casted, I would like to play a character like this. And then she just jumped right into it.
I want to be the bad guy.
The person who called the shots. I wanted the queendom.
Got you. That's so cool, man. And when I was watching it, I'm thinking like, yo, that's his mom.
How did you know that?
Because I would give my mom that role. And she would kill it because it's like, Ma, just do,
And that's what he did.
The direction I would give her would be so like she would understand, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And the thing that I did too is like it's a lot of friends and family on set. So I know, okay, my boy, he might be a little smooth, but I need you to play gorilla. So right now, as opposed to you being smooth, pop off like right here. And then as a director, I don't have to watch how I'm expressing it to you because you actually know me.
Yeah.
Like, you see what I'm saying? It's not a situation where I'm like, oh, bro, like it's my first day on set. Now you call HR because I, called you out your name. I don't do that anyway.
Right.
But if I'm doing that, we joking because we laugh and we having fun. And then it's more like a family environment. We just, taking it into the creative space. And that's when you get the best stuff, when people are comfortable and they feel like they could express themselves without that, like, in the back of their mind, that shyness. You see them cameras on, you see them lights. But if I make you feel comfortable, then you get the best products.
Right. Yeah. How did you get Gravy?
For Dead in the Day or for Bridgeport the Movie?
Both.
So I met him on set of Dead in the Day. Dead in the Day initially was a Houston-based movie. We ended up dividing it into 2 different locations. Yeah. I mean, money talks at the end of the day, so I'm not about to give you a secret formula to get
that's my boy. We went out, we got dinner.
Money talks.
I paid him. He showed up.
He got paid. But long story short, we connected on set. I was able to leverage some connections I already had in Houston to get his number and pitch him the script. One of my good friends is a director down there, and he introduced me too. And then from there, business is business. So, and he's great though. That's it.
For those that don't know out there, Gravy, Jamal Woolard,
that's right,
is played the Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah,
that's the Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah, that's Biggie from the Biggie movie.
Facts. What would you say is like the most important key to networking, to building your network?
Throw all that shyness you have in the garbage, man. Like, a lot of times in your mind, you're like, for example, right? If I saw you out prior to this meeting, I'm the type of, or this interview, I'm the type of person to introduce myself. Like, yo, like, I seen what you're doing, X, Y, and Z. Hey, let's see if we can get some work done. Or if I can't, maybe I'll DM you. Like, yo, I see what you're doing. I want to DM you. A lot of times people got a coolness or a shyness about them where they don't want to be the first person because they don't want to get rejected.
Word.
And I feel like, this just might not be the business for you if that's the case, because you're only limiting yourself. A lot of times I think people, especially in emerging markets like Connecticut, you got to be above and beyond when it comes to putting your stuff out there, because they're not looking here for us. Right. They're looking here to see how much money we could get from us.
Right.
They're not trying to put money in here.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then you got to big yourself up by saying, okay, this is what I do, this is who I am, let me shake your hand, da-da-da. Jay-Z, you know, he's one of the biggest rappers of all time. He's selling his first tape out the trunk. We not doing that no more. Like, we off that? That's a proven formula. Master P, Birdman. I can't do hand-to-hand combat no more.
Yeah.
Please, if y'all don't want to do it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
that's an interesting way to look at it, because that's how I was looking at it as far as movies and films being like the new mixtapes and albums.
I said the exact same thing a couple weeks ago.
Sure did.
It's the movie mixtape era, and it's like, you know, the answers is right there. It's just whether or not you finna do it. Like, if I'm gonna drop a movie, it might be a little bit more of a barrier to entry than music or an album. So you gotta find your way around that. But from there, once you get that product, it's like some people might just throw it on the network. Nah, you're gonna come see me. We're gonna have a premiere December 27th. Wear your best outfit.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid to go to anywhere and everywhere and say, yo, this is me. This is what I got to offer. I would like to see you there. I'm not afraid to DM you directly, like, hey, yo, what can we do? Can I work out with you? How can I? Because that's what I'm here for. Like, I feel like if you're not on social media selling something or promoting something, it's a dating app. To be honest, like, what you were really here for? To look at other people and get depressed?
Jokes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, scroll.
Trauma bonding.
Right. I was like, yo, please, man. I'm going to DM you. I'm going to say, what's up? Yo, my name is Justin Royce.
Right.
I go by the Emperor. And here's what I have. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. You can leave me on red or not.
Yeah.
You know, I got 50 million other people to talk to.
That's a fact. That's how it should
business,
go.
Man.
That's how it should go.
Yeah.
So you mentioned being in the business world prior to this, right?
For sure.
And you were mentioning kind of like promotion and marketing being kind of like something you focus on. A lot of times with music and just with being creatives, a lot of times they create and they release their product, and the marketing and the rollout, the promotion after.
Yeah. Bad work.
It's not always a good follow through.
It's rare that you get the marry of both.
Right.
Because, and I had a conversation with a big rapper in CT on live the other day, just about, like, guys, listen, there are two different types of artists. There's an artist who's going to sit there and focus on the best creation of work, and they're comfortable with whatever the response is because they just really love doing the art.
Right.
Like, you might see some of them people, I don't know how to depict them nowadays, but they might just be in a dark room just painting all day. They don't care who see it. They just want to make better art. And then there's the artists that you turn on and they got a whole exhibit showing that piece that they made. The two different types is one artist is being marketed and pushed and the other artist isn't. It's not that it's a situation where one is better than the other. It's that one person is being pushed and marketed. Now, when it comes to music, I feel like a lot of the times people feel like that should be done for them because they want to focus on the art. I'm here to tell you, if you're from CT, it is your job until you can hire somebody for it. It's nobody else's job besides yours, or it's just not going to be done. And I learned that from my parents. I'm so glad that I have my family here because it's like, in ministry, it's kind of the same thing. Like, the goal is obviously much more important, much more spiritual. But the point is this: if you want more people to come, you gotta go do it.
That's right.
Until you get to a point in which it's big enough that people are saying, I want to do it for you, and then they can, you know, take a little bit of that load off your shoulders. You get up and get it, because otherwise it just won't be done, and you're gonna be frustrated because people with much less quote unquote talent, much less quote unquote ability, are going to run laps around you. You see what I'm saying? Like, for example, when it comes to music, the most popping song right now is from a basketball player.
Yeah, I know.
You see what I'm saying? And then he get a $13 million deal. You sitting there thinking about the best bars ever. A business is only going to influx cash because they want cash back. Bars is not going to pay the bills. Marketing is going to pay the bills.
Right.
I could take a ball brother and sign him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we need that. How much you need? 13? Take it. 8 guaranteed. He gave him a basketball contract for one song.
Crazy how hip hop is dead, man.
Yeah, and then you start getting that hip hop is dead junk. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's
if you're a rapper, get a job, man. It's over.
Or start acting.
Yeah,
I'm in the Royce Empire.
Yeah, start acting. There you go.
No cap.
Start acting. For real, man. For real. Yo, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, what has been some of your favorite reactions to your films?
I'm going to let you answer that first.
Some of the favorite reactions, I think, were people who are coming up to me that I don't know, saying, "Oh, you are the queen, you're the queen." And people who had grabbed me after the premiere and wouldn't let me go, and they said, "Listen, you're the next Monet."
Wow.
And it just made me feel so good because a lot of them are just repeating the lines like you already knew. Hold up, you know.
My mood just changed.
My mood just changed. Bring my other whip around.
Yeah.
And so when I hear people say those things, it lets me know that, yeah, I did something, you know?
Facts.
I love the way Justin, because he kind of guided me, even though I wanted to act. I'm really a shy person at my base. He really takes after his dad. But he said, Mom, you got to do this, that, and the other. Because I knew I had another side to me and that I could do this. And in ministry, my husband and I didn't do it for the money because if you do it for the money, then you don't care about the people. We've been 33 years in the inner city. And that's when people come and go. People don't have finances.
Yeah, we know they broke.
Come on now. So we did it for the love of what we do for help people. I think he learned at a young age, you have to do some things yourself, whether people come, whether they go. And that's why Justin's such a bulldog. He's going to do everything himself or know about everything that pertains to his work.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did. I started out, I'm at home typing everything, doing everything for my husband while he's preaching. I don't, particularly care for the mic. So I think that the main thing that really got me with the movie is such responses. They know key words that were said in the movie.
Right.
Like, you don't play with me when Justin was in the...
Yeah. So my favorite responses is, all right, so I wrote the script, right? I directed, I wrote it, I acted in it, edited it. So when you do the premiere, it's live. So and I don't show the movie to the actors beforehand. Like, you got to watch it with the public.
Right.
So, I watched the movie probably like 30 times before I put it up on the screen. And everybody's in their seats. It's like 700 people there. It's like packed out. And I walk in, I get my seat, they start the movie, and then you get those live reactions.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then, like, so much into the point where you can't hear the next line.
It's true.
That's, all right, yo, we did our thing.
Yeah.
Because now I'm like, yo, people are genuinely enjoying themselves watching something I created.
Right.
And it's not because, I'm going to toot my own horn every time, but it's not because I'm the best creator ever all the time. Or I might be, but but I'm saying that's not the real reason. The real reason is because the experience is curating that. I'm not the only person who can do that. Plenty of people in CT could do that. It's just that I took a step back from the creation to understand what is needed so that we could cultivate that experience. So when people actually came and they felt that when they, spent their money, hard-earned money for it, that was my favorite response because it's like, yo, you're here, you're wearing your absolute best fit, and you sitting there enjoying yourself, laughing at the times when you're supposed to laugh, crying when you're supposed to cry. I think that's
how you know.
Part.
That's how you know when you created something like some art that really touches the people when it hits the right beats.
Yeah. Perfect way to put it. It's the right beats.
The beats.
Yep.
Yeah. That's dope.
And we never knew what was coming next because we didn't see the whole movie.
Right.
We only knew our part.
So he's the only one that knew.
I'm the only one.
Yeah.
So we were laughing at certain parts, so we didn't have to. We couldn't hear what the next person was saying. We had to go home and watch it again so we could know exactly what was going on.
There's a lot of Easter eggs.
So much fire in that place. It was really awesome.
Yeah.
No, that's dope. And it's like it's one of those movies where it's action.
Yeah.
It's great dialogue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just a great movie.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Bridgeport the Movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go home and watch Dead in the Day tonight.
Yeah, Dead in the Day is a good one too.
Royce Empire's on fire right now, man. They making some of the best movies out here. All right. How can the people watch them? Because right now, are they on Tubi or any other type of platform?
So the licensing process is a little bit longer. Mainly because I did an initial rollout digitally and in the premiere. So right now, if you want to watch it, you can go on RoyceEmpire.com. If you want to wait or if you don't want to pay, towards, I say, late spring, we'll start signing with different platforms. We already spoke to Amazon Prime. They're interested in Dead in the Day. And then, based upon our response from, the big box companies, will, we won't necessarily cater to art, but we'll cater to presentation and, pick which ones are best.
Yeah.
I know people are screaming for Tubi. They love it because it's free. You get the ads. And then on a business sense, it makes sense too. So we're in conversations with them as well. It's just that I don't necessarily make the art for the network as much as I make it and then see which networks are interested in it.
Right.
Because I already have my direct-to-consumer base. You can go right to my website, you can get a t-shirt if you want a Bridgeport the Movie t-shirt, if you want a My Mood Just Changed t-shirt, a hat, if you want anything.
And you sell other type of clothing too on there.
Yeah,
too.
I got my designer line is on here.
Fly type of stuff.
Yeah, we got some fly stuff.
Yeah.
You can put that stuff on.
You got it.
Put that stuff on, man. Come RoyceEmpire.com. So yeah, man, I just like being able to speak directly to the people who care. So.
Yeah, facts, man. RoyceEmpire.com. I feel like it's a hub for CT culture.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Facts. So check it out.
I got some great artists and musicians in the movie and stuff like that too. And trust me, man, anybody who's outside of Bridgeport, who's outside even of the area code, bro, I told you, the whole 203, 860, whatever situation is, we're super, super, super off that. So
yeah, it's off that.
I would love. I even know directors and producers out here off of the movie that I made. Like, I tried to make it to a premiere. I want to say, it was like a week after mine. I wasn't able to make it, but I bought a ticket just for support type joint, and it was like, that's the type of time I'm on. Like, I have no hate and bone in my body. If you want to be popular, if you want to be an actor, actress, I don't care where you're from. If you're from CT, you get priority, period.
Facts. That's dope. I like that. Titanium Radio, man. Shouts out to Emperor Jus. Shouts out to Queen Pen.
Not the Kingpin, but the
Queen
Queen
Pen. The Queen Pen.
Yeah.
My mood just changed. Dope, man. We love it. Bridgeport the Movie. Dead in the Day. Go check it out. Yes. RoyceEmpire.com, man. Go check it out right now, all right? Yo, 2025, what we looking forward to? We got anything in the can?
Yeah,
anything
we got some
up?
fire coming, man. Sequels for both of the movies are already guaranteed.
Word.
And then we got two other dope scripts I'm working on too. So stay tuned.
Definitely.
We want to make sure that we spread the word about this, but it wasn't a one-time thing, man. We got multiple things coming.
That's dope, man. Emperor Jus, man. We love what you're doing. It's Titanium Radio. Keep it locked.
Tune into your radio. This a heavyweight stadium. Music banging loud.